Hi friends, I'm Sai Chaitanya. Welcome back to my channel Sai Tech. In today's tutorial, I'll try to compare the display comparison between the Realme X7 Pro versus the Realme Narzo 30 Pro device. So recently in the Flipkart, the Realme has launched the Realme Narzo 30 series, and right now I'll be comparing just the 30 Pro versus the Realme X7 Pro smartphone. So let's see friends, how much difference will it be there between this kind of two smartphones, because the pricing range is too high for this phone to be kind of comparison with the 30,000 as well, because 20,000 is the maximum variant of this phone. So whereas the Realme X7 Pro you can get for 29,999. So let's see friends, how will be the display of the premium and smartphone compared to the above mid-range segment phone. So let's see what are the changes and what are the things you need to know as well. So before starting the video, in case if you want to download this kind of live wallpaper, so make sure to check the links in description for the live wallpaper playlist. So for every smartphone and for every category, I'll try to create the separate playlist, so it will be very easy for the users to go through the playlist and find the particular video. So make sure to check the links in description friends for more details. So let's compare both phones side by side. So first let's talk about the hardware hardware section. So which phone has a what display size and what is the categories and everything. And here is the hardware details of both the smartphones. If you look at the Realme X7 Pro, so Realme X7 Pro has got the Super AMOLED panel with the 120 Hz refresh rate. So that's another good advantage for this Realme X7 Pro device. And the brightness of the Realme Narzo 30 Pro is at around 480 nits, and the Realme X7 Pro's brightness will be, I think, close to 1200 nits of peak brightness. So that is what the peak brightness in the Realme X7 Pro is. And the display size is of 6.55 inches versus 6.5 inches, so slightly big on this side. And the screen to body ratio is of 85% as you can see. So that means the bezels are really thin in this Realme X7 Pro. If you notice in the bottom bezels, you can clearly see the difference between both the phones. The bezels are really slim and thin in the bottom. And next is the resolution. Both phones are having the 1080 resolution, so there is nothing got changed, and same kind of ratio. And the pixel density you can see slightly small, 402 versus a 405. So these are the few details about the display and the Gorilla Glass 5 production here. And Gorilla Glass, I'm not sure which type of production, but there is some kind of Gorilla Glass production is going on. So now we saw about the hardware details. So let's see what are the software settings you do get in this both the phones. So let me need to quickly go to the display options and show you the color scheme. As you can see friends, in terms of the color temperature, you do have the cool, default and warm, three categories. And both phones are having the 120 Hz refresh rate, and both have this kind of option which is called the OSIE visual effect. So I did enable this kind of option during this kind of display comparison. So now let's see friends, IPS versus AMOLED panel. So which display is the best, and which phone has the better colors and contrast levels and brightness as well. So we'll get to know all these details in this complete video. So right now I'm trying to play the same video in both the phones at same time. So let me try to increase the brightness. So brightness is maximum, and even in the Realme X7 Pro the brightness is maximum. So if you notice one thing, the Realme X7 Pro has got slightly higher brightness level. If you notice at this kind of area, so slightly higher brightness, as you can see friends, you can see the more white, more bright is going on in this phone. So if you try to decrease the brightness, now you will be able to see the colors properly. If you increase the brightness, because of this camera you may not be able to see the colors, but the Realme X7 Pro has got a more brightness of the screen. And the punch hole camera is really small. Look at this punch hole camera friends in the Realme X7 Pro. It's really small, and in the Realme Narzo 30 Pro it's kind of big punch hole. So this is another thing to notice if you compare side by side. So right now in this section you can see the brightness, how good it is in the Realme X7 Pro. Watching the videos, it's really clarity, and it's very good in this particular phone. And because of the small bezels on all the directions, which makes a really good experience holding this Realme X7 Pro and watching the videos in this phone. And whereas the Realme Narzo 30 Pro, there is nothing much special going on with this phone friends. So even though the price is at 20,000, but still the phone has got nothing got special in terms of the display features, apart from 120 Hz. 120 Hz nowadays it's found close to 14,000 range as well in the POCO X3. So there is nothing much special is going on in this IPS panel. So viewing angles, both phones are kind of same in terms of the viewing angles, so nothing much difference. So overall, in terms of the colors, the Realme X7 Pro is a winner. In terms of the brightness, the Realme X7 Pro. So in all the categories, the Realme X7 Pro is kind of winner. And the Narzo Pro only has one advantage, which is a price of this phone is really less. So there is only one advantage, but that is another category. But in this display comparison, there's no advantage in this phone to have unless you like the IPS LCD panels. So it's up to you to prefer, friends, which type of panel you want to use, IPS or AMOLED panel. But if you ask me, I'll definitely choose 100% the AMOLED panels only. They are not only the display advantage, there are so many other advantages. Like you can use the always on display functionality, and you can use the notification light LED applications as well. So to get the LED notification light even if your phone doesn't have. So those kind of all the applications which you can use in the AMOLED panels, it's a really good advantage. But overall, this is a quick update, friends, and let me try to decrease the brightness to 10 and 10 brightness level and 0 brightness level. So both are really good in terms of the 0 brightness level as well, so no issues. And if you have any doubts regarding the both smartphones, so make sure to comment below. And on the Realme X7 Pro, I did upload it, I think close to 200 videos. So 240 videos which I already uploaded on the Realme X7 Pro. So make sure to check the links in description for those videos. So you'll find so many interesting videos on this particular phone as well. So I'll try to compare the Realme Narzo 30 Pro display versus the Samsung F62 and other smartphones in my channel. So make sure to subscribe and stay tuned for those videos in case if you're interested. So thank you for watching this video, friends, and don't forget to subscribe, and see you in the next video. Until then, bye.